Okay, everybody, welcome back to In the Pit. Thought I'd do a quick update on what we've been up to on my dad's P51 Mustang. As we left off, we were working on the servo covers, which we've banged out. So I got that there. There's a little tab there. That goes under there. Right, that goes under there, down there. To find the centers, we just marked where the block, end of the block was, center of the block. And then just a couple little tickies and use the panel line as a thing. Drilled a couple holes. So we'll have our screw holes there. And these just need to be wiped down some alcohol and primed and everything. And come along here, I thought I'd drag out a few little pieces. This is for my Mustang. So these are the wingtip lights. I took them, I think I showed you the silicone molds that I took off my dad's. And then I just did a quick vacuum. I made it out of microballoons and epoxy, made a hard mold. And this is just a bit of a heat gun on some plastic. Push it down over. And then same thing with the some clear plastic. And then use some Tamiya the clear green and clear red. And that's going to be the lens, so that part of that will get cut off. Part of that gets cut off. This will get glued over that one, and then simulate the wingtip lights. These are my bezels that I just did a quick spray on for the landing lights. If we come over here, so I fixed a boo-boo here where I'd done the wrong, kind of wandered in the wrong spot. Those will go over that. We'll have clear plastic laid in here, and there'll be same thing with using the Tamiya blue, yellow, and red, I think it is, or amber. We'll tint the lenses and then put the bezels on around that. That way, if I put the plastic right on, clear plastic on top of here and then the bezel, it'll make it stick up too high. So we'll do it that way. Put that back over there. Sorry about that. We'll clear this stuff off so we don't. Let me give you something better to look at here. Here's what I'm doing. Just clearing off. And then here it's hard to it's hard to look through the camera. Same time, take that doo-doo off. Okay, so for here, to get more support, I know it looks kind of crappy right now, but we'll clean it up all in there. 1/8 piece of plywood base, some oversized aileron trim, shoved. Sorry, this is a crappy video. It's hard to do things with my hand. Aileron stock shoved in there. Just Gorilla glued. The only problem with using the Gorilla glue is when it expands, it pushes stuff out of its position. So we did that. So that'll give the old radiator and oil cooler intake a better support. And I 3D printed, I don't know where my other one is. I printed two. Sorry about that, guys. Printed two of these. So my thinking was what happened was when I drilled the hole, it was off center. So I ended up going for a bigger hole so that I could get the Allen key drop down drop down into there. So it'll be like that. I don't know if you guys can see that. And I also took out of, you guys have in the States, you have Harbor Freight, we have Princess Auto, and I've got a pile of these, this assortment of O-ring kit. I actually bought it because when I had, back in the day, I had picked up an old Suzuki Samurai, and it had carb issues, and I did head gasket and stuff on it. But anyways, that's what I got that kit for, was I needed the little O-rings for some carb gaskets. Anyways, we 3D printed this up. So just got one end closed off for the center, for the Allen key to go through, and then the rest of it's just hollow. So now I can fix my boo-boo. I'm gonna stick that in there. Allen key. Guys, I need better eyes. Anyway, you get the gist of it. Sorry, just got a crappy video again. Let me get to have a view of my junk. Not my junk, but my junk. So then I just put a little piece of plywood there to hold that down the base. So that Allen key will come down, guide that. Little O-ring will keep the bolt from coming out. And the idea of using this big tube is if I ever need to get that bolt out, I can just pop the tube out. And if you take it, we'll go for a walk. Here, you know, I can carry the wing from the scoop now. So here, I don't know what you guys are looking at. Oops, always a crunch. All right. So basically, get the flap out of the way. See in there, but the wing bolt will go right down into the lines up to the block there. Put the flap on for a look-see. I don't like this little gap here. Oops, sorry. Fill that in. Clamp the wing down. Fix that gap. All this sanded smooth, then all the other bits and bobs gotta go on it. That'll be just a small hole again for there. But yeah, it's coming along. Getting there. Got lots of little things done on her, but that's basically, if I turn this like that, you get a better view of what's going on with her. And we'll spin you back this way. But that's about it. And then grab her from here again, see? And I can pick it up. I can pick it up from the scoop. And go for a walk over here again. And what else did I do? I drew a drawing. I did it on my Mustang. I just drew a rough sketch. Went into the free version of Fusion and drew up a picture, a design, and this is what you got from 3D printer was this big, thin, scoopy part. Now I notched it. I had to cut it in half. Cut it in half, and then I notched it out. And what I want to do is use this. I'm just going to go in here. Stand a while. See if I can hold this in one hand. So it'll get all glued in, all in here, right? And that'll clean up. Bring it down here. So it'll all get glued in flush with the intake. I got it roughly notched out around that crossbar. I should have stuck that in afterwards. But basically, when that gets all glued down in there, that'll clean up all that ugly fiberglass edge down inside there. So that's basically where we've been. I'll pull this out just to show you. So it'll hide all this mess, instead of getting filler in there and trying to sand and make a big mess. And then the only problem with this stuff is because it's 3D printed in layers, it just wants to tear. But we'll clean everything up, round it all up, make it look pretty, stick it in there, and that's pretty well it for now on in the pit. Alrighty, hope we didn't get too dizzy with this one, and we'll talk to you guys later. Have a great day. Bye.